In the story of Lazarus and the rich man, Lazarus is named, but the rich man is not named. But why is that the case? Is it because Lazarus was a real person and Jesus was using a real name? No, I would suggest to you that's not the reason at all. Jesus was making a point. This is after a long list of parables, and this is yet another parable. Jesus is there criticizing the Pharisees because of their love of money, and he's doing that by showing a rich man who once sat inside of the gate, feasting and dining. But now, after life is over, the rich man did not listen to Moses and the prophets. And so instead, he is left outside the gate while Lazarus is now in Abraham's bosom, seated next to Abraham, reclining at the feasting table. And the reason that his name is called is because he is known by God. That's what it means to be called by name. You see, Jesus tells us all along that those who he knows and follow him, he also knows by name. That's entirely the point of the book of life, that God knows your name and he's got it written down so that you can be with him. And that's also the reason the rich man's name is not mentioned, because he is to be forgotten. He is no longer favored. He's no longer rewarded. Instead, all that's left for him is punishment. And ultimately, you get to choose. Will you believe the words of Moses and the prophets when they spoke of Jesus, when they spoke of a Messiah that would be lifted up one day, and you put your faith and trust in that person, in the person of Jesus Christ, our Savior? Or will you choose to reject it? And when you choose to reject it, you reject it not because there isn't evidence, but because there's no amount of evidence that's going to convince you. So just give in. Jesus is life. And if you put your faith and trust in him, he won't forget you and he will call you by name, just like he called Lazarus.